Hi everyone. Now we are going to create lab 2. In lab 2 what we have to do? We have to create web application project, entity class, session facade, JSF managed bean and JSF pages. Okay, after creating all these things you have to run the project. In this project we are going to get an input from the user, that is as a message input we are getting from the user, and we are storing it in the database. Afterwards we are counting how many messages has been received so far. Okay, so now let us start. For creating the project, how we have to create a project? File, new project, click new project, Java with Maven in your categories, and in project web application, create next. Here give the name of your project. So I'm going to give Java web app Java. This is my first web app, so first Java first web app lab 02. Okay, so you can give your name according to your wish. The suggested name in our lab 2 is first Java EE8 app. Since all the names I have used already, so I am giving a new name for it, Java first web application, it is lab 2. The another thing which you have to note here is group ID. The group ID should be com dot something. So since it is our college lab program, I have given it as com.utas. Okay, click next. Here you have to select the server, Glassfish server, and the Java version which we are going to use, Java EE8 web, but you can choose according to your NetBeans, that is IDE, which Java version it supports. You can choose that one. Click finish. So now your project is creating. It is not still created, it is creating. So now your Java program is created. Why, let us increase the width so that we can see the project name properly. Okay, this is our project Java first web application. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show what and all it is created inside. So when you create the file, just index.html file will be loaded, and inside the web info we will be having two files, webxml and beansxml. This webxml, if you see, only session configuration is done, but nothing else is done. Other than that, nothing is done here. So now when you go and create the framework, you can see the changes that is happening in this page. For creating framework, go to project node, right click, come to the properties. This is the only place where we are going to use this property in our program. So click property, click framework, add Java server faces JSF. Okay, click OK, and registered library will appear. Just have a look what library it is added and click OK. So now the framework is created. See, automatically when the framework is created, before we had only session configuration, now we have context parameter. Then it is in the stage of development, means project stage development, means it will give a clear description of the error. Next, servlet. What are all the servlet name is face servlet. If the page face servlet javax faces.webapp.face servlets. So servlet mapping, we are mapping with the servlet. For the servlet names face servlet, what and all files having the URL pattern faces/star all will be grouped under face servlet. Next, welcome file list. So this is the first uh, web page. Okay, index.xhtml will be the first file that will be opened on your browser. If you want to change the sequence, you can come and change the file name, which should be displayed in your browser first. Okay, so now we have created our framework. So framework, once you created the framework, index.xhtml page will be created. So now our next step is to create entity class. How to create entity class? Go to your project node, right click, new. Here itself entity class is there, but if it is not available here, go for other, go for persistence class here. Okay, persistence. Okay, in that click entity class. Next, whatever name we are giving here, this name will be given to our table also. So while giving name for your entity class, make sure that we have not created any table with this name before. So give it in capital WORD, because all messages I have used. So instead of message I am using word. Okay, word, since it is lab 2, I can have it as word 2. Okay, inside the package, what I am going for package, what I am going to write it entities, ENTITIES, because this is entity class. Already I am having a primary key type long, it is already available. Let us use the same. Next, click finish. So now I have created the entity class. After creating the entity class, what and all I want to be created in the table. In the table, I want to store the message which I am going to give. So for that message, I want to create a attribute. So as I already said, see that long type data, it is assigned for ID. This is the primary key. So whatever variable or attribute that is defined with private, we cannot enter, we cannot access this directly from other pages. So how to write and how to set the value and get the value for this? By using get ID and set ID, that is getter and setter. So since this attribute is created by the program itself, its getter and the setter is created by the program itself. As we said already, get ID means what? It will return the value which is stored here for view or for processing. Okay, set ID is nothing but we will be getting the information from your web browser or after some process from your bean to set the value for this ID. Get and set. Okay, so now like the same, we are going to create one more variable. So it is called as private string variable name. Let us give the variable name word. Okay, comma, after this is also set as private, so I have to get a setter. and getter and setter. So right click, insert code, getter and setter. Just click this word and click generate. If I click generate, automatically the code for get word and the code for set word will be generated. Once this is over, I have to create the table. So how to create the table? Go for other sources, src main resources, in meta info, persistence.xml. Here the table creation will be default, it will be null. Take it to make it, change it to create. See here, include entity classes, it is already included. So now if you close this one, here persistent name it is already given, and persistence library, which library? This is Eclipse link library is linked to it, and the JDBC database is already, it is connected, so we can use the same. It is all sample database only. So if you click close, it will ask, you can save the changes. So now our database section is over, database is created. After this, next I'm going to create session packet. Before going to create session packet, just have a look of all the yes. Next we will create the session packet. Right click, new session beans for entity class, it is already here, but if it is not available, go to other, enterprise java bean, session bean for entity class, and you select entity word, add. Okay, then click next. No need to give anything, but for package you can say as dot boundary. You can give a name as dot boundary and finish. So now two Java classes will be open. One is abstract facade.java, another is word2facade.java. We are not going to change anything in these two as of now for this project. Okay, so now let us create the bean. Keep your cursor on the project node, right click, click new, click other. Now I have to create a JDI bean. So in Java server faces JSF CDI bean. Click next. Now give the name for the class. I always used to give the name as, if it is our Java class is word2, this is, I will give it as word2 view. Okay, and always I'll give the package name as my.pa presentation, presentation. Annotation. Here you give the scope as request, because as when the request is made, just the object will be available till the request is processed. Once the request is processed, the object will be deleted. So now click finish. So now we have the CDI bean is created. Here all the calculations will be taken care of. See, when it is created, we have only two imports here. Okay, now let us see what and all is going to happen. After coming here, I want to inject EJB. Okay, annotation EJB. So right click, insert code, here call enterprise bean. Okay, so now our project name is Java First Web App Lab 2. Here you click, you will have word2facade. click word to facade and click OK. Okay, so now this at EJB annotation will be opened. Automatically two classes have been imported, java.ejb.ejb and import com.utas.java first app boundary word to facade is imported, as well as there is an instance, that is object for word to facade is created. So this word to facade we will be using in here. Now what I am going to do is I am going to create an instance for our entity class also. So private, what is our entity class name? Our entity class name is word2. I am going to create the instant name as word. Okay, but it will create an error because this entity class is not imported. So import for entities dot word2. So once you create the import message, it will be gone. Now I want to create the setter, not setter, I want to create the getter message, because here I am not going to add anything into the database. Here just I am going to read the value for the entity class. Okay, now just insert code getter message. Okay, for only for word I want, not for facade. So generate. So here it has been generated. So in word2view, that is the constructor of this class, public class word2view. Word2view is the name of the class. If it is given here inside, the same name is given for method, then it is called the constructed class. Inside this class I am going to create an I'm going to initialize the instance of this word. Okay, so this dot word, this dot word is equal to new word to of. So here the constructor is called. Okay, next I'm going to add two methods in this class. The first method is to count the number of messages and to return the number of messages. The second method is to create a row in the table. Okay, so public, I told get the number of messages, int so like get number number of messages, number of messages, open close bracket. This here what it will return what is the name of the facade? Word to facade dot find all. That means what are all the entries present in your database will be fine. After, if you give size of, it will count the number of records and it will return it to the place from where it is called. Then next, public string post post message. Here this method is used to create a table. So this dot facade, word to facade, okay, dot create. So create words to entity, that is word. After creating, I just want to go to the other page, return. I want to go to the page called the end page. Okay, to the end page. When it goes there, what we will say, from there we will count the number of messages and we will display. For this we have to create a new JSF page. Now let us change the content of index.xhtml, because this is the page that will first appear on your screen. I just want to give the title name as messages, MESSAGS, because this program here we are going to get the message from the user and store it in the database, and we will count the number of messages it has been already there. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is f:\view. Since I'm using f:\view, let us first import the JSF core. Okay, so if you import JSF core, the error which was displayed here will go. Next, inside that I'm going to create a form. So inside the form only I'm going to add all the tags for inputting and outputting, what and all I have to display there. Okay, h:\output label. So what I want to output here, value is equal to message. I am asking them to just make sure that you are writing the message in between the parentheses. Okay, message : end / thus. So now this message will be displayed. Next to the message I want an input box where we can text our message. So h:\input text. So how to get an input? Only with the help of a EL expression. Okay, that is EL expression language. So hash this one, I want to get the input for the word which I have created in my entity class. But how I can use that one? What is my CID bean? My CID bean is word to view. So word to view. In word to view, I have created an object for this word. Okay, object for your entity class, that is word. In word, in that object, word is called as the a string. Okay, so word dot word. If you want to give the difference, you can change the name and give. Okay, but I didn't feel to give the difference, so I just kept it like this. Next, completed. So this will be the name, and the next a text box will appear to enter the value there. Next, after entering this value, I want to create a row in the table, and I want to post it. So that will be done by our post message, which is available in your CDI bean. So for that I am going to use a command button, h:\command button. So what is the action when you click this command button? Action is equal to again a EL statement. So to call the CDI bean. So what is our CDI beans name word to view? In that, what I have to call? I have to call the method post message. Once this method is called, okay, before that, what should be written on the command button? What I want to write is post message. So once the message is posted, it will go to the next JSF page. We have not created that page till now. Let us create that page. See here, message and an input box will come. I want the command button in the next box, so you can give it as br/. I want to give enough space, so I give 2br/. Next, come here, create a new JSF page, right click, new. JSF page is available here, otherwise go to other Java server faces JSF page. Click next. There in our CDI bean we have given the name as the end, so give the same name here. Click finish. No need to click any folder. Only option we have to check is whether facelet is clicked or not. Now click finish. Once it is finished, the JSF page, the end will be open. Here at the title, you can give the title as output. So here inside the body, what I want to write is, I just want to display thanks. There are how many messages, dash messages, like that. Okay, so first create a form, h:form. Inside the form, I'm going to create here all our output, because we are not going to take any input in this form. So h:output. First I will use output label to give the value is equal to TJNKS. Thanks, there are. Okay, thanks, there are. Now I want the number of messages, so I'm going to call your CDI bean method get number of messages. So h:, this is also output, but not output label, but output text. Okay, so what is the value for this is equal to, create the expression language. Okay, call the method with the help of expression language. So our word to view dot number of messages, this function is called. It will return the number of messages. Okay, next just end the statement with output label, because we are not going to get anything from the CDI bean is equal to. So thanks, there are, for example, 5 means 5 messages messages backslash. So with this, our file has been created. Let us save this one. In between also you try to save the file. Okay, now click run. Let's hope it runs properly. Everything is fine as of now. Here force redeploy is true. When it comes build success, after that force redeploy is equal to true, means your Glassfish server is starting. So now only 50% of the application has been run. Let's wait. Okay, now the Glassfish server is running. See, a web browser is opened. Here we have to type the message. So first let me type hi Shubha. Okay, let me post the message. Post message. Thanks, there are one messages. Actually it should be message, since it is only for the first. Let it be. Now close. Let's run the program again. So now hi Kritya. Okay, post message. See, thanks, there are two messages because already we have stored one message and now this is the second message. Let us go to the database and check. So here go for service, your second database, DCB localhost sign up, because even though we are choosing this, but all the tables are coming and storing here as default. Okay, now let me show you. Just click this, other schemes will come. Expand the other schemes, expand app. Inside the app only table will be here. Okay, so now here right click and refresh, because our table is not visible here. Right click and refresh. Once you refresh, our table word, ours is word 2 is here, and you can right click on word 2 to view data. So here it will be SQL1. This tab is open. No, see, hi Shubha, hi Kritya. Okay, with this our first program and your lab 2 is over. Thank you guys.